Hi everyone, welcome back to my series on the films of 1973. Another request from 99 Filmo. This is a Spanish film called The Spirit of the Beehive, which is considered to be a very important movie in Spanish cinema. It was directed by Victor Erice, I want to say his name is spelled E-R-I-C-E. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. He only directed two other films after this, one in '83 and one in '92, so it was like one movie per decade. The main character of this movie is a young girl named Anna, who's played by an actress named Anna Torrent, who went on to star in a few other pictures. More recently, she was in The Other Boleyn Girl with Scarlett Johansson and Natalie Portman, and a movie called Blood and Sand. She's also in a film called Thesis by Alejandro Amenabar. He is the director of The Others, and Open Your Eyes, or Abre los Ojos, which became the inspiration for the Tom Cruise movie Vanilla Sky. A couple of the actors in this movie, Fernando Gomez as the girl's father, Teresa Gimpera as her mother, and Isabel Telleria as her older sister. And they pretty much just used their real first names during the shoot as their character names, so as not to confuse the little girl and say, well, why are we using different names? This takes place in a really isolated rural town in Spain, where there's a movie theater that only just got the original Frankenstein from the 30s. And there are some parallels in the storyline with that film, which the sisters go and see. Anna, of course, doesn't really understand what happens in the movie. And the funny thing is that although there's a crucial moment in the original Frankenstein in which the monster, the creature, encounters a little girl by the side of a lake and accidentally kills her by throwing her in the lake after running out of flowers to throw into the lake, because they float. The monster figures the girl will float, but of course she doesn't. They don't actually show that part. They show the part leading up to it, they don't show that part afterwards, and I'm wondering if that's to make the movie more kid-friendly. I'm not really sure. But Anna asks her sister Isabel afterwards, you know, why that happened, what have you. And Isabel goes, don't worry about it, it's a movie, it's all fake, they just pretend everything. But Anna really doesn't understand the differences there. She and her sister, this is a really episodic movie, and it's pretty slow moving and very, very quiet as well. Not to the taste of a lot of people, including myself, I have to say. Although I enjoy a quiet movie on occasion, this one was so quiet that I actually had to back the movie up and rewatch parts of it, just because I had, nodded off or my mind had wandered, and I really had a hard time keeping my attention on it, unfortunately. The mother, Teresa, has written a letter in the beginning of the movie to someone who she knew years ago, and is awaiting the day when she'll get to meet him again. But nothing really ever comes of that, unless, of course, you consider the possibility that a character that shows up later on in the movie is that guy. He is a fugitive soldier. He has basically jumped off the train and hidden away in this abandoned house near where the girls and their parents live. And when Anna discovers him, she ends up bringing him items, food and a couple things just basically to keep his attention, like a watch with a particular musical tone. And this becomes a problem because later on the soldier is killed by the authorities. And the authorities basically bring the little girl Anna's father the watch and say, do you recognize this? And he goes, yeah, this is mine. What's up with that? That's very strange. The girl, once the father realizes that it's his youngest daughter that discovered this guy, she goes back to the house looking for him, the abandoned house, and of course he's not there anymore because he's been killed. The father discovers her, and she ends up running away and being all alone in herself in the wilderness for several days. I thought this was an interesting movie, but again, not really to my tastes. I had to basically read a lot about it afterwards to really understand what was happening, because it is pretty opaque, and it's, again, just not something that is viewer-friendly, not as in terms of my taste. Yeah, not one of the movies that I've liked best out of this series. But of course, I'm really glad that I saw this, something different, and I appreciate everyone requesting these offbeat films I never would have watched otherwise. Thank you again, 99 Filmo, for all your requests, and I've got a few more, of course, to come, as well as more movies from the 70s that I'm interested in that people haven't requested, so I'll be making those videos in the weeks and months to come. Hopefully this series won't go on forever. It'll be wrapped up in a couple of months' time. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. See you again real soon.